you moved to New York recently.
Yes.
Why was that?
Exactly a year ago.
A year ago. Okay.
A year ago. Oh, well, it was a funny story, I guess. We were driving to downtown San Francisco. You know, I used to live there before. You were just driving, and I looked at all the buildings, and I was like, maybe we should move to New York one day. And then a month later, it's like, okay, I already told my parents. You told your parents what? We're moving to New York. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, you're like, I was just kidding.
I was just kidding.
Yeah.
And then I saw just the sadness on her face. And then, you know, she told me the story that she left her heart in New York and she always wanted to come back to New York because she lived there before. And then she had to come back because her dad was pretty sick. Wow. So she came back to, you know, help take care of him. But she always wanted to go back. So I guess she was just waiting for me to say something.
How you like it so far? New York.
You know, so I moved right before the winter.
Oh, yeah.
So it was so great. And then it was coronavirus pandemic. So I haven't enjoyed as much of it. Although the summer was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, how can I have enough of it?
Yeah, I've never been to New York, but you seem like you're a big city guy. So, I mean, San Francisco and New York are probably the two biggest cities in the United States. So, is your girlfriend from San Francisco?
Yeah, she was born and raised there.
Okay. So she was born and raised there, but she went to New York, fell in love. That's crazy. How did you, I mean, it just tells me that you guys are the right for each other because she didn't even tell you anything about New York. And you're just like, we should move to New York. And she's just like, what? Like that's crazy. Did you just think of that or how did that
I just
come
saw
to
the tall buildings, you know, and I get attracted to tall buildings.
Oh, so you like the big buildings and stuff?
So I was like, oh, I want to live in New York. And after that, I think it was just making it happen. I mean, I have just left my company and I was, in my head, it was, well, if I want to start from zero, I could do it here, I could do it there. It's pretty much going to be just as hard and as difficult. And, you know, we did it. We took a month-long road trip, which was really fun.
Wow, that sounds fun.
Saw a lot of things
that
I don't think I'll ever see again.
Like what?
Like Kansas.
You went to Kansas?
That must have been different. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we went to a lot of national parks and a few different cities, so it was really fun.
Yeah,
you know, spending a month long.
Yeah,
and we didn't live together or anything, so that was our decision to move together there. So that was our first experience actually living together,
like literally in a car.
So when we make to New York, it's like, hey, we didn't kill each other.
Yeah,
we made it.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good
test.
Good
sign.
Yeah. If you can withstand a month-long road trip, you probably can withstand, you know, being together, right? Yeah. So, any interesting or amazing things happen on that little trip?
Yes, a few different ones. She is very afraid of heights.
Okay.
She's afraid of water.
Okay.
And I just took her like some crazy hikes where you had to go with the chains and Zion Park.
Oh, you took her to the Angels,
nice.
the thing?
Angels Landing.
Oh my God, I'm afraid of heights. I would freak out on that thing. You took her on Angels Landing.
Yeah, like I really want to do this. Let's do it. And he's like, how long more? Just a little bit more. A little bit more.
What is that like? Because I just saw videos. It looks like literally like you're just like cliff straight down.
You're pulling yourself with a chain. I mean, there's places where you slip, but you let it go, you'll die for sure.
Wow.
They don't let all kids to go to those things because it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So we went to that one and we did a few different things. I think what we learned from the experience and from each other was we didn't need anything. I mean, we were in a tent.
Yeah.
Every time we just drove to a tent, and I remember we will have this like soups. You know, you just put hot water and some sausages at night, and it was perfect. You know, when we stayed at the cities and the hotels, you know, we enjoyed it, but we learned that we could enjoy both things. You know,
it's very humbling being in the mountains. Simple life, you know.
It's you know, I like nature a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Me too.
So it was. She didn't like it so much, and now she loves it.
There you go.
She just didn't experience it before.
Yeah, they say if you want to conquer your fears, you have to face them, number one. And then I guess it kind of just taught you guys that life is pretty simple. It's just being with someone that you care about and, you know, having food and shelter and amazing experiences. You know what I mean? That's cool. So you've been in New York for a year, but unfortunately, COVID has kind of taken over New York, right? I've never been to New York. I want to go. I'm not really a big city guy, but I just want to go for the experience, right? Can you explain a little bit about what it was before and kind of what it is now in New York?
You know, when COVID hit, I remember I actually had an car accident on March 13, and that's when I decided my life is telling me not to be driving and stay home. And I remember Elaine was like, "There's this COVID thing, this happened." I was like, "Yeah, it's just nothing."
Yeah.
Like, don't believe everything the news said. You know, I was completely in disbelief.
Like most people, because we don't trust the news anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And this happened, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay home. I'm not gonna work. And I was really stressed out at the time because I was like, you know, how am I gonna make money? Things were not that easy. It was so difficult, and then it's COVID, and I was like completely, you know, afraid of it. So I was in a bad state, and my experience with the whole COVID was bad, right?
Yeah.
I remember calling my brother, and it was like, man, you know, this is happening. And he's like, well, if you have no place to stay, if New York is a disaster and everything is horrible, I'm like, well, just come to Mexico.
There
He
you
has
go.
2 houses. He's like, you live in the other house, and when you get on your feet, then we'll figure it out.